What are your thoughts on parallel universes? I find it hilarious that most stories are about parallel universes caused by someone taking one path or another, and not about the uncountable and effectively identical parallel worlds caused by particles scooting off one way instead of another. You could be switching between parallel universes every time you blinked, and you'd never know. At least one of me believes in them. Don't like them. I don't look good in a goatee. They're fine as long as you don't steal your sick kid from the other universe. Do your own TVA homework, Loki. My thoughts on it never align. I want to be able to use the power of the backwards long jump to enter the 5th parallel universe and finally speedrun the entire world Mario 64. An A-press is an A-press. It's where all the lost socks go. Edit. For those of you wondering where this idea comes from, it's from my grandmother, who used to say this whenever looking for lost pacifiers. I swear those pacifiers ends up in a parallel universe. She sadly passed away, but I will continue this conversation with her someday, in this universe or another. Probably likely, but who knows. The more we seem to learn, the more abstract reality seems to become. What counts as a parallel universe? Is a universe where a pebble gets moved different from one where it doesn't? If so, then there's an unfathomable number of parallel universes with so many different variables. That's pretty astounding to me. I hope Parallel Me is doing better. To answer that, we need to talk about parallel universes. I prefer intersections. Could be, but I personally don't think humanity will find out before we destroy ourselves, lol. Mostly only useful for Mario speedruns. There are easier ways to speedrun Mario 64. They are much more difficult to pull off than parallel parking. Out of this world. Wow. So is there an infinite number of parallel universes? Nope, just the 2. It provides a theory on the fine-tuning of the gravity constant of our universe and life on Earth, where the state of gravity is so precise, not too weak or strong, that it allowed the formation of galaxies, stars, planets, moons, and ultimately us, the strangest fucking thing in the universe it appears. Some say this supposed fine-tuning is evidence of a creator, perhaps, even if not necessarily rooted in a god, though it's usually implied. However, multiple universes provides a theory which states that there are infinite universes with varying degrees of the gravity constant. We just happen to be in that Goldilocks zone which allowed the creation of all the celestial element, so we can exist in the Goldilocks zone of our galaxy, solar system, and Earth. Life appears to be that precise for existence, based on our observation of the universe, that an infinite and multiple universe theory could explain that. Also, it doesn't dismiss creator theory entirely. If infinite universe exists, then there could be one where creator or creators are present to create the infinite universe, for example **MAYBE***. I don't get why the general consensus is that we live in the so-called normal universe. Like, we might be living in a strange parallel and not knowing it. Just something to think about. I hate how they're all exactly like our universe, but with one tiny difference. Realistically, even with an infinite number of universes, you'd have a tough time finding another universe that featured you without being exactly 100% like this universe. If there are tiny changes, they would have changed it to a much bigger degree over the 10+ billion years. I figure I'm the bad version and there are infinite better version of me. There are other worlds than these. But first, we need to talk about parallel univ. I'd probably look better as a girl. It's comforting to me that some version of me somewhere is thriving. Good for them. *SLIDERS* was such a good show. We can forever travel in a straight line and our paths will never cross. I like the theory that, since 2012 and CERN starting in earnest, we branched out into a new multiverse and this is the shit one. Feels like everything's been slowly degrading since 2012, doesn't it? It will never intersect with this universe. Just pure speculation on my part. However, it'd make some sense that how universes are formed is via black holes, as in each black hole is its own universe. Hear me out. 1. A black hole is always expanding, just as our universe is always expanding. 2. Supports the Big Bang Theory, more or less. 3. Supports the Horton Hears a Who theory of infinitely smaller universes, as we too have black holes in our universe. 4. Keeps each universe separate via not being able to get out or into another universes. 5. Expansion of our universe is faster than speed of light, which means no light or matter can escape, so our universe would be a black to outside observers of our universe looking in. 6. Follows rules of why expansion is speeding up, not slowing down. As black holes get bigger they attract more mass. 7. Due to how gravity affects space-time, it would also have its own significantly slowed down time in its parent universe, kind of like the movie Inception. IDK, just some loose theory. I'm sure someone else smarter came up with this theory before me, or already debunked it. I hate the me who actually successfully asked out my crush. It doesn't surprise me that of all the theories of existence, we pick the ones where humans' choice is the critical factor in creating parallel worlds. I honestly don't think humanity matters as much as we like to think it does. I'm not ruling out parallel worlds per se, but I think it's pretty arrogant to put human choice at the center of it all. The thought that there's a theoretical identical me out there somewhere doing even worse than I makes me very sad. All my thoughts on them occur simultaneously. As an atheist, I embrace it as a scientifically possible way for an afterlife. If there are infinite universes with infinite possibilities, there's one where my dad is still alive and a version of me enjoying his presence in my life. It's a bit like heaven. Do you think there are infinite universes? Don't know or care until it can make testable predictions.